WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Livingston.
And I'm Cash Matlock. An ATV accident Friday night leaves a child in the hospital. Noxubee County Sheriff Terry Grassery says the crash happened around 8:30 last night on Lynn Creek Road west of Brooksville. Sheriff Grassery says a 10-year-old was riding a four-wheeler when he was hit by a car. The child was airlifted to Jackson. The crash is under investigation.
There was another deadly shooting at a house of worship today. This time it happened at a synagogue near San Diego, California. One person is dead and 3 others are wounded. As Kenneth Craig reports, the 19-year-old male shooter is in custody as authorities investigate his motive.
Gunfire broke out Saturday afternoon at a synagogue in Southern California, just north of San Diego. Authorities confirmed that 1 person was killed and 3 others were injured.
At about 11:23 this morning, a white male adult entered the Shabbat temple. This individual was with a AR type assault weapon and opened fire on the people inside the synagogue.
The violence at the Chabad of Poway shattered the calm of the Jewish Sabbath as people gathered to celebrate the final day of Passover.
As our officer was exiting the freeway, he clearly saw the suspect in his vehicle. Suspect pulled over, jumped out of his car with his hands up, and was immediately taken into custody.
As a precaution, the San Diego Police Department said it was providing extra patrols to nearby houses of worship. Kenneth Craig, CBS News.
It's that time of year again. Columbus Mayor Robert Smith is hosting his annual Unity Picnic.
That's right, Riley. And our Stephanie Poole joins us live from the Riverwalk to tell us what's going on. Stephanie?
Yes, the lines here are large and wide. There are catfish, hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, but the good thing is that everything here is free. And as you can see behind me, there is some live here entertainment tonight. I see some inflatables for kids. There's basically something here for everyone to get into. And this mayor's picnic, it will end at 8 p.m. tonight. So if you're in the mood for some free food, some good music, please come out and unite with your community. Once again, there is free food, beverages, and entertainment. And it will be here for 8 o'clock tonight. Reporting at the Columbus Riverwalk, I am Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
All right, thanks, Stephanie. Well, Aberdeen RV Center hosted its 25th anniversary sale today. Country singer Trace Atkins is the center's new spokesperson. The star was also at the store today to sign autographs and meet his fans from all over the area. Now, the fans were lined up out of the door to Aberdeen RV, some of them saying they'd been waiting since 9 a.m. this morning. Atkins has a show in Philadelphia, Mississippi tonight, but he took some time today to represent his new business partners and even showed his support for the Wounded Warrior Project.
Wounded Warrior Project has been something that I've been doing for over 10 years now, and something near and dear to my heart. Very noble cause, and anytime I have a chance to represent those folks, I always do. And I'm an RV guy. I grew up doing that when I was a kid. That was our summer vacation. You know, my dad would get a couple of weeks off in the summer, and we'd hook up to the RV and go to the mountains.
We're going to have more on this story tonight at 9 and 10.
The 4th annual spring market kicked off this weekend in Vernon, Alabama. Our Stephanie Poole got in on the fun.
When you look down this street, you will see tents, vendors, and a community coming out to this year's spring market. Whether it's food, clothing, or handmade items, this festival had it all. Chamber of Commerce Vice President Kelly Tucker says this event is put on each year to bring the people of Vernon together.
It just brings people in from out of town, and it brings our community together. We invite vendors from all over. This is our first year to have entertainment, and we just do it to try and bring community and to have something here that our town can be proud of. We're really small and we don't have a lot, so we just try to do stuff to build up the town and build more business to come in and people to come in and shop in our other businesses also.
34 vendors showed up this year, along with some live entertainment by a local artist. First-time vendors like Katie and Kaylee West say bringing their lemonade stand allowed them to meet many people in the community.
It's been a good day for us. For the first time, we've received a lot of customers that have came through, and we've made a lot of good profit, and we've got to meet a lot of people out here. It's turned out to be a really good day, and a lot of people have come out to visit us today.
This gives the mother-daughter duo a chance to give back to those in need.
It makes people be able to come out and be friendly, and you'll get to, if you want to do something kind to the world, you can raise money and give it to the poor or for your church or anybody that's doing bad in money.
Reporting in Lamar County, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
There will be a Blacklight 5K run after the festival this evening. It's now time to turn things over to meteorologist Jacob Dickey for a first look at our forecast. What's it looking like, Jacob?
Hey, Riley, will be great tonight for that Blacklight run over in Vernon. Really great weather today. Saturday has turned out to be excellent. Temperatures right now are in the 70s with lots of sunshine out there. As we look ahead here, this cold front will bring the chance for a few isolated showers tonight. There's a little bit of moisture showing up on radar, but we're too dry at the surface to get any of that. Up in the north side of it, though, some snow is falling from Chicago to Milwaukee and over to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. For us here, the only thing we'll get close to snow are snow cones. We'll need that in the coming days here with warm summer temperatures coming in. Tonight, we're dry overall. We've got the full forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Well, April is Childhood Abuse Awareness Month. Today, a co-ed softball tournament was held at Cason Baptist Church in Nettleton. The goal, to raise money for the Children's Advocacy Center of Mississippi, which helps victims of child abuse. Now, Ole Miss senior Brianna Collier was one of the organizers of the event. She says child abuse needs to come to an end.
Child abuse is very prevalent. Children lose their lives every day because of child abuse, and there's every 10 seconds a child is being abused, and it's something that just needs to be stopped.
Collier says the co-ed softball teams paid a $150 entry fee to participate in the event. They also raised money from the concessions, which were donated by local businesses. They hope to raise between $1,500 and $2,000. Yesterday, we brought you the story of a young dancer who is chasing after her dreams.
Today, we take a look at the training and discipline it takes to achieve her goals and the work she's putting in while she's touring.
Everybody's on their own little journey here.
Ainsley Dobbs is living her dream of being a lead dancer with a tour group called Camp Next. But when she's not on tour, she's training at her home studio, ACPA, in Starkville.
I think when I'm at my studio, I think I dance for about 30 hours, somewhere around that time, because sometimes we have extra long practices, especially when a competition's coming up.
But that's just the beginning. When she's on tour with Nexus, it's not all fun and games.
You think that we just come in and we dance and then we're gone, but actually there's this whole process to being up there. You have to come in, you have to help set up, you have to help do all these papers, you have to help get the books, and that kind of combines together, which makes being lead.
She's on stage demonstrating dances, encouraging the other dancers, and helping the teachers.
Each faculty member is different, so I have certain expectations. Lane has expectations, but they have to be a good role model. It's everything. It's just a full package in case they do want to move forward into the business. They're already getting the tools here.
She, along with the other leads, are working a job. And sometimes that can be stressful.
They have great teamwork, which is, again, another skill they need to learn. They help support each other. Even with just the elites, I know sometimes, usually they're the ones that stay later than the leads, obviously because they're older. But I know sometimes when someone's really frustrated and someone will look we got this, it's okay. And it's just that teamwork, and they got to use each other because, we can't do this on our own. We got to have help.
Ainsley says while the weekends are draining, she wouldn't have it any other way.
I think a lot of times when I get off stage, I'm so tired, I just want to lie in my bed and I want to go to sleep. But then as soon as you get on stage, I feel like you kind of just feel the energy from everyone in the room. And so it just makes you have all that energy.
Tomorrow we will take a look at the opportunities these dancers have and how their experiences will help them as they grow older.
Bluegrass, barbecue, and blues, everything you need for a weekend spent outdoors.
We'll have more on that after the break.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6.
Welcome back. The United Way held their annual Touch a Truck event at McKee Park in Starkville earlier this morning. Touch a Truck gives area children an opportunity to come and check out different occupational vehicles and machinery. The event has been going on for 6 years now, but this is the first year that United Way has hosted it. The event also featured a United We Read tent with dozens of books. Representatives with United Way say this is all a part of a new literacy campaign.
Well, if you love barbecue, Fulton is the place to be this weekend. WCBI's Chad Groening has more.
The sweet smell of barbecue, smoked long and slow. Musical entertainment. And some competition that required an accurate throw. All part of Fulton's annual Bluegrass, Blues, and Barbecue Festival.
Well, it's the people. They all come together, and there's people here that they just, when we have a festival, everybody comes together.
And why is barbecue, you think, a good venue for it?
It's just a Southern, everybody loves a Southern barbecue.
I just think it boosts morale inside the community and allows them to, get out and have a good time and enjoy themselves. And that's what we're about. We're just wanting people to enjoy themselves and just have a good time.
And a total of 13 teams took part in the barbecue competition, including the Fulton Fire and Rescue Team, which competed in ribs, chicken, and pork butts.
It's just a taste preference. We've played with it and we've got what we like, and if the judges like it, that's great.
What are some of the things that they judge you on?
They judge on tenderness, taste, and appearance.
And barbecue wasn't the only competition going on at the festival. The cornhole tournament was very popular again this year.
What it is just a fun backyard game. You set up a couple of stands and take a bag pretty much filled with corn and try to make it in a hole. It's a lot of fun, and folks have really gotten into it. The last 2 or 3 years, the game has really grown, so it's a lot of fun.
And like the barbecue teams, the cornhole competitors were competing for a bounty of cash. Chad Groening, WCBI News, Fulton.
This was the 4th year that Fulton held this event downtown.
Well, today was a great day for all those festivities, barbecues, and more. Tomorrow looks great overall. There will be a few isolated storms. Summer, though, arrives this weekend. Another chance for storms later this week. I've got those full details coming up for you after the break.
First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Overall outside today was a great day. Temperatures climbed into the low 80s under a lot of sunny sky. There are some clouds starting to move in from north and west here. In fact, as we check out Tupelo, if you look at these here, they look a little fuzzy in the bottom. We call that virga, what happens when rain falls, but it does not reach the ground because it evaporates. And the reason for that is we're so dry here at the surface. Dew points in the 40s, it's in the upper 70s out there with those south winds. Any rain that's up there cannot make it to the ground. Again, 70s and 80s still on the board. It's 81 in Louisville. It's 77 in Starkville, 79 in West Point, Tupelo at 78. With those dew point values in the 40s and 50s out there, again, we evaporate any of that rain and keep things dry. It's going to take us to cool off tonight before I think we can get any of these showers that are showing up on radar to reach the ground. I won't rule out an isolated sprinkle really through the evening here in some spots, generally north of Oxford to Tupelo, so that'd be in Boonville up towards Tishomingo County, places like that maybe, but for the most part I think many of us staying dry overnight tonight. Temperatures will fall into the upper 50s and low 60s by morning. Once we get down to the 60s, and that'll help maybe bring an isolated shower in some spots. But I really think, again, we'll call tonight dry. The better chance really comes tomorrow for all of us. 60 will be the low tonight in Columbus, 58 in Starkville, 60 in Pontotoc. You pour it down to 58. As we look at our Sunday, then I'm expecting some sunshine out there, but we'll have more clouds than we did today. And I'm going to keep the chance for an isolated scattered storm out there throughout the day here as those temperatures climb into the 70s. Some of us, though, will get into the low 80s. It's going to depend where our boundary sets up. Here's that cold front here by 1 a.m. Maybe the chance, again, we could see some isolated showers in our far northern counties along the Tennessee border. That boundary will settle on in lunchtime, maybe a few spot showers here and there. To the north of it, a little cooler. To the south, a little warmer. And I think south of that boundary, you notice 6 p.m., a few little spot showers, almost a summer-like look on the forecast there on Sunday afternoon is what we'll have to expect. Look for highs on Sunday to the north of the boundary in the 70s. 74 in Boonville, Tupelo 77, 76 in Houston. To the south, some 80s popping up. I've got 81 in Louisville, 80 in Starkville and in Columbus. West Point at 79. We've got 81 in Kosciuszko. West Alabama, 80 in Vernon, 79 in Silligent, 80 also in Reform. As we look ahead here, this boundary shifts off to the east then and fizzles out. South winds pick up Monday, Tuesday, and on Wednesday. What that does for us is it brings a little bit more of that summer humidity in place. In fact, the dew points will slowly creep up through the week here, so we're getting a little more of a summer-like feeling in that 7-day forecast all the way through Wednesday and on Thursday. A disturbance moves our way Thursday into Friday's chance of storms will increase. We'll call it scattered storms for now. I do think, though, we dry out by next weekend.
A record-breaking day in Starkville. There's a new hits king in the SEC. Highlights of a historic day for Jake Mangum. Next in sports.
Sports with Tom Ebel.
When Jake Mangum decided to come back for his senior season at Mississippi State, becoming the hits king of not only the Bulldogs baseball program, but for the conference in general, it was always in sight. It took 44 games into his senior season, taking the field today 2 hits away from being a legend. History on the line for Mangum, Game 2 of the Diamond Dogs series with Georgia. Mangum taking in the chance of becoming the conference's all-time hits leader. And it wouldn't take very long. The very first at-bat for Mangum, first swing, Mangum takes a pitch to the outfield, and that would be the tie. Career hit number 352, leadoff single for Mangum. What else do you expect? And then Justin Foskey would bring him on home. 3-run homer in the first inning. Jake knew it the minute it left the bat. Bulldogs take a 3-0 lead early on. And then the very next inning, it's time to break some history. Second pitch he sees, Mangum tags it from his knee, watching, and somehow this ball would land on the first base line, and there it is. Mangum becomes the SEC's all-time hits leader, number 353. Just kind of gives the shrug. Only Mangum. An emotional moment for the Pearl, Mississippi native. MSU holding a ceremony mid-game for Mangum, giving him first base to honor the record. The hit actually loading up the bases. The Dogs would score on a sac fly, so it's 4-0 MSU. And then in the third, the party continues with Rowdy Jordan. Let's get rowdy. Solo home run in the third inning makes it 5-0 Mississippi State. The Bulldogs go on to bash Georgia 9-3. That clinches the series for the Diamond Dogs. And for Mangum, he's just happy the pursuit is over.
Hitting with that in the back of your head, it's really hard. It's no matter how locked in you are on the game, no matter how locked in you are on the moment, it's tough to step in the box knowing that that's 1 hit away, 2 hit away, whatever it is. It's tough, but just happy it got over with, and we could lock in and win a ball game.
Everybody just took it in a little bit. Tip your hat, let him enjoy the moment. It was a Jake Mangum special, wasn't it? I mean, it was not that he didn't have a lot of great hits, but the dugout was giving him a hard time. But happy for him. I mean, I've just watched it this year. Such a special player. The way he plays the game and the way he gets a big hit, and the bigger the moment, the bigger the hit. I kind of felt like it'd be today because he always kind of seems to have a big hit when it's on the line, and so it felt like it was on the line today.
Well, you can't really describe it. I mean, you see what the work he puts in every day, and he comes to the field and grinds every day, and for him to get that and finally get that moment for him, and that's awesome. It was awesome.
Ole Miss looking to bring out the brooms, taking on Texas A&M, going for the sweep. Both pitchers feeling it early. Gunnar Hoagland on the mound for the Rebels gets the strikeout in the second inning. And then for the Aggies, Christian Roa strikes out Thomas Dillard. Scoreless through 2. Bottom of the third, though, Jacob Adams lines one to right field. Turns into a double, giving the Rebs their first hit of the ball game in the third inning. Very next batter, Ryan Olenek lines to short and robbed of an RBI by Braden Shoemake, ending the third inning. And then the first pitch of the fourth, Zach DeLoach takes Hoagland yard into right field. That gives the Aggies a 1-0 lead. But bottom of the fourth, no outs. Probably the hottest hitter in the SEC, Gray Kessinger, gives the shortstop fits with this one, taking it to left, gets down for a single. Then Kessinger woke up feeling a little dangerous on a Saturday. He's going to go for the steal at second. He'd be initially ruled out, but a replay would say otherwise. He's safe at second, and that'd be big because Thomas Dillard sends one deep enough for the sac fly, and that's going to bring home Kessinger to tie the ball game. Rebels go on to win on a wild pitch walk-off, 3-2. They sweep Texas A&M. As Thomas Dillard says, everyone loves sweeps.
Sweeps are great in the SEC, especially for such a good team like that. So, you got to win all kinds, and, wild pitch is just as fun as everything, I guess.
I think everyone just, like I said, got ahead of the count. And, once you fall behind, it's easier for the hitters to hit, and you can start guessing pitches. But, I think we did a great job this weekend, all three of us, just going out there and just competing.
Certainly his best outing of the year. And really not a lot of pressure innings. He gave up the home run, drag bunt, but besides that, not a lot of traffic on the bases. He was that good.
Quick look at the NFL draft for day 3. Big one, North Pontotoc native Marcus Green is off to Atlanta. He's drafted 203 in the 6th round by the Falcons. Gary Green drafted, Javon Patterson drafted, Ken Webster, and last but not least, Starkville former Yellow Jacket Caleb Wilson becomes Mr. Irrelevant. He's the final draft pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, going to the Arizona Cardinals. Coming up at 10, all high school baseball recap. Make sure you tune in then. But that's it for sports. Last look at your weather is next.
Great weather today, same tomorrow, just a chance for an isolated shower or storm. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the humidity comes back. You guys ready for summer?
No.
Ooh, no.
Get a little taste of it this week, but some showers and storms Thursday and Friday are expected. I think we're trying next week.
Definitely really hot today.
With that, yeah.
Well, we'll see everyone back here at 10.